All right. Lions-Rams, Terry.
Big game.
This is a big game. Like, look, the Lions control their fate right now for the playoffs. This is the one I still contend they go 3-1. They're going to get in the playoffs anyway. Like, I don't think that there's.
So this is the one, not the one they don't have to win.
Correct.
You want to win it, but you don't have to.
Yeah, 100%. And like, again, I know this doesn't matter when I say it. It doesn't matter, but it does. But it doesn't. And Spencer will keep it 100. It makes our jobs a little bit easier if they do win this football game.
Yeah.
Makes your watch party a hell of a lot easier if they win.
Makes my life easier.
Makes your life easier, no doubt. But Terry, again, and I've talked about this before, from a perception standpoint, people like you, people like a lot of Lions fans out there that think that there's, quote, something off or they're scared or whatever the reason is. If they win this football game this Sunday, Terry, at L.A. against the Rams, people will do a 180 in this town on this team. Is that fair to say?
Fair to say.
Everyone will be in.
You know what the Lions season's been like? A tennis match. Here, they suck. Then the ball goes over here, they're great. We're just going back and forth. And so, yeah, this would sway the fans until the next game.
Until the next one, right? No, but Terry, though, that's my point. I think that a win like this changes the vibes. We saw it with the Baltimore win, right? Where vibes were high after that. Mm-hmm. And, ultimately they went to Kansas City. They lost the game there at Kansas City. And then they have kind of been like a tennis match since about that point in the season. If they win today, though, this town, man, they will fire up the engines. And you know it, don't you?
No, absolutely. And here's the other thing to the Lions' advantage. They're going to have home field advantage in this game.
They will.
Half my family's going over there. Big Pretty and the DK Broiler and Big Ralph. They're all going to be there.
Shout out Big Pretty.
And Big Ralph.
Pretty, Big Ralph. Everybody's big. And they're going to try to get Celine to go, who lives out there, but she just had her wisdom tooth pulled, so she's not going to do it.
I believe my sister and her boyfriend are going to be there. She lives in Sacramento, so I think they're going to the game.
That's still a long haul.
That is a long haul.
But it's doable.
Yeah. Travis is going to be there. Or no, never mind. He's going to be at the Chicago game.
Oh, that's right. Wearing a golf jersey.
Wearing a golf jersey. But this is, all of these are important because we've talked about how close the NFC is. And I know that this isn't the one that you need to win technically, but I think you need to win the rest of these games. And the NFC, you are is close proximity to first that you are to 10th. So you need to win, especially against other NFC opponents. And this is going to be a tough one, man. You're going into a hostile environment.
Yeah.
and the Rams are rolling, man. Stafford is dotting it up, and they've got one of the best wide receiver tandems in the league, and
except for the Panthers game.
No, he was not dotting it up then. He was dotting it up to the Panthers that game. But you're gonna have to strap up, and we're gonna need a vintage Cali golf performance and go out there and toss that rock around.
Yeah, and it's just like, again, just kind of how do you feel? What's your early lean on it? We'll revisit it on Friday when you're back in, and we'll talk about it certainly during the week. But where do you stand with it, Terry?
I'm standing at a coin flip with the Lions having a slight advantage against the Rams.
Well, why is that? You just told me that they're like a tennis match. There's no consistency. You said the offensive line is broken.
They'll stink it up against Minnesota and Chicago. Or Chicago. They've got another clunker left in them. And what the Lions do is they surprise us. Right when you're like, okay, they can't do something, they do it. But I still think they have a clunker or two left in them this season simply because they haven't been consistent for 2 months. But within this 2 months, they surprise us. We're like, oh, where'd that come from? Damn.
I know that we've talked a lot about the Lions coming after a loss. I heard a stat today that was incredible. The Lions after a loss, obviously the last 16 times, are obviously 16-0.
Correct.
They are 15-1 against the spread.
Right.
That is insane. That is an insane number, Terry. Insane.
Yeah, that's not a coincidence. There's something going on with this team following a loss that we really don't know what it is, but there's something internally going on that makes them want to win. And maybe they just are playing worse opponents after a loss.
Woodward Sports chat thread, DNC, no, it's not fair. We were literally just told the exact same thing about the Cowboys game on Wednesday. No, I'm out. We aren't winning the Super Bowl. A regular season win against the Rams, don't tell me nothing. Okay, well, I mean, then why do you watch during the season at all then, right? And ultimately, like, look, Spenny's the same as I am. Sean's the same. Like, yes, it is Super Bowl or nothing. Like, we've had this discussion 100 times here on this show. It is Super Bowl or nothing.
But to get there, you got to win regular season games.
You got to win regular season
right.
games at some
They
point.
don't let anybody in at 0-17.
No, they they don't. They don't. Chilling under Vecna. If the offensive line plays good, we will win. Is it that simple?
I think it's that simple. Yes, absolutely. If we see another miracle in the offensive front, they will win. Because, we saw what David Montgomery did when the offensive line was playing well. Jared Goff is shooting darts when the offensive line is good. Jahmyr Gibbs is awesome when the offensive line is good. And if the offensive line is not playing well, you know who you don't see? You don't see J-Mo, because the crossing patterns don't have enough time to develop. So there's a lot of things that are important that can happen when the offensive line is good, but it can't happen when the offensive line is not playing well.
Steve Lehman, who is a valued member of this chat, right?
Shout
Been
out,
around
Steve.
for a very long time. Shout out, Steve. But he says this: essentially have the same game plan for the Rams as they had against Dallas. Only thing I would add is giving Montgomery more carries. They scored 44 points and won by double digits, Terry. And I keep seeing people say that. It was fine, Steve. What they did was fine. They scored 44 points, Steve. Like, what? When is it enough for some of the fans here, Terry? When is it enough? If 44 points, national TV, double-digit win in a game you had to have, if that's not enough for you, then what is, Terry?
Right.
Well, they should have done this. No, they were fine. What they did was fine, Terry. It worked. I'll take 44 points every single weekend. Thank you. Thank you.
All right,
Thank you.
I'm going to do a bitch-ass rebuttal. I think what they're talking about is if a dude is averaging 10 yards per carry, you give him the pill more than 6 times.
At the expense of who, Terry? At the expense of who?
Whoever is averaging 2 yards per carry.
Oh, you talking about the offensive player of the year, perhaps? At the expense of him?
What? Hey, look, dude.
No, Terry, say
If
it.
somebody,
say, yeah.
if
Take
somebody,
carries away.
no, if somebody,
take carries away from Gibbs,
if somebody,
so Montgomery
if
gets
somebody's on a roll, you feed them. I think that's what they're saying. That's all.
like on a roll, like probably going to be the offensive player of the year role, like that.
Yeah, but he wasn't averaging 10 yards a carry, was he?
Terry,
In that game.
Terry.
Neil, was he averaging 10 yards per carry in that game?
Oh my God! Yeah, because that extends for eternity. So every time Montgomery carries a football, he's going to get 10 yards going forward.
All right, you're
here.
a basketball guy. You announce basketball. Of course, right?
Correct.
Nice.
A guy who is 5 for 5. Let's say he's 5 for 5 from the 3-point line. Me, as a guy watching that, said, well, shit. If he's 5 for 5, he should have taken 11 shots. He should have taken
Terry,
12 shots.
I would say the next shot's probably not going to go in. Just like Montgomery's next carry probably won't be 10 yards, Terry. Is that fair?
Yeah, it could be for 50.
There's going to be regression to the mean, right, Terry?
Maybe. No, you can't guarantee that. You milk a guy for as long as you can. But, and here's my bitch ass approach, you're correct also. I wouldn't change anything because they won with 44 points. But I get what these people are saying.
Why didn't you just throw the ball to St. Brown more? He was averaging 15 yards per completion. 15? Why would you rather have 15 yards or 10?
You're not completing it to him all the time. When you give the ball to Montgomery, he's going to have the ball every time. You just handing it to him. There's no guarantee that St. Brown is going to catch the ball. There's no guarantee. Maybe he's getting double teamed. You can't double team a running back in the backfield where you can't get the ball.
Why did they give the ball to Gibbs at all to run it then? J-Mo was averaging 7 yards per carry.
Sample size.
Oh, so this time it's sample size.
Well, because
Montgomery's not sample size.
No, Montgomery is a
size.
regular running back. That's what he does. J-Mo.
Well, Terry, what difference is it if you get 7 yards?
No, because J-Mo is a gimmick. He's a gimmick as far as being a running back. Montgomery is your number 1 or number 2 running back, depending on the situation. So I think they're simply saying, I wouldn't mind if you saw more. But your point is correct also. The shit worked, so why would you change anything?
And that's my point. And that's all I saw people say. Like people, Spenny, you tell me. You do the watch party.